Hello and welcome to me time. Welcome to something very different than the last thing that I posted. My endometriosis is flaring, so this is more like ow ow ow, I'm in pain, I need self-care. And also I need to do stuff because of the new year. There is a fly right there. Do you think I can get it? Nope, missed. Okay. So this is my Ringbinder. I mentioned this briefly in the video I did ranting about all the Spotify Wrapped lookalikes. I have bullet journaled for a really long time, and then last year found that working in Hobonichis works much better for me now. So I was working in a Hobonichi A6 and it was too small, so I decided to move into a cousin, and then I decided to turn the cousin into a Ringbinder. So this is my Hobonichi cousin Ringbinder. This is a Moterm cover. I don't remember what model exactly this is, but it has many pockets. It's got like pockets down here. This is a pocket. It's got a pocket here that holds my vet wrap scraps for holding my pen, because I get a writer's callus on my middle finger because of my health conditions. So I've started wrapping my finger to try and stop it from getting worse. And I just keep them in there because otherwise they go missing. This is just like a cool tag thing. And my pencil board, which lives in this pocket. In the back, I have nothing in there. More stickers in here, in these pockets, and in here, as well as scraps from other things. That's where I store any of like the yellow backing from the sticker paper if I'm out and about and don't have anywhere to throw it away. I've got some Brewster stickers that I got for my birthday from Sassy. Love you, Sassy. There's got a pen loop here, but I also got the hard cover, like the hard back leather thing that goes at the back or the front, I guess. That has a pen loop and a pocket in it because it gives the entire thing much more structure. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. It also has a big secretary pocket at the back, which at the moment is just holding a form I need to fill in for my sleep clinic appointment in December. Yay! So that lives in there to make sure I don't forget about it. Then I have these pockets at the front. There used to be a flap that like covered over this bit, but I just cut it off with my X-Acto knife and put a sticker that I haven't actually stuck down because I don't want to lose it. Like, I love it so much and I don't want to stick it down somewhere and then move into a different system or something and then lose it forever. And then I also have a bat in the rough that I just got off Pinterest, and I love him. Then I have some Filofax dividers. I preserved the front page of the cousin, which I actually have all my pages here for reasons that will become clear in a minute. But usually like the pages are adhered to like the front of the card of the book. But I sliced it. I peeled it back a little bit and then I sliced off everything that was like too damaged to work, and it managed to line up really neatly with the rest of the pages when I cut off all the scraggly glue and everything. So now it looks really good. And it meant I got to preserve this, which is what I wanted. I have a little Midori brass tab, a habit tracker that I have failed to keep up with post the beginning of March. I had a fairly difficult March, so that part of the year was kind of rough. my weeklies, this was December last year when Sassy came to see me. So I have our gold card, and like a Christingle from a Carol service, order of service that I had. And then again we get to March and everything stops. I need to go back and fill these in. And then just skipping ahead to get past January and February and March of 2027. This is my sleep log. I took inspiration from Megan Rhiannon a lot to do this. I won't show you too much of these because they're deeply personal, but on the left side I just have a total of how many hours I slept that day, including any naps, whether I took melatonin, whether I had vivid dreams, and how many times I woke up while I was like over the course of the week. I mark waking up and getting out of bed as a circle that is empty. Going to bed is a circle that's filled in. No, going to sleep is a circle that's filled in, and then going to bed is a star, and then any naps I do a dot from the start and the end, and then connect it with a line. And then I just write notes about how I felt when I woke up and how I felt going to sleep. And then at the bottom it's just a track of how many times I drink coffee, how many times I drink tea, how many times I woke up, and then the other things like vivid dreams or melatonin or hallucinations later on. I start tracking those. So skipping ahead a little bit. Again, I get to about March and then I stop filling this in because that part of the year sucked. I have all of the pages up to the end of the year in here, so I don't need to do anything about those. And then we get to the actual pages in my archive. So I mostly do this because I have bad memory. Because of a bunch of my health conditions, my memory is very easy for things to slip through the gaps. So writing it down means that I retain more information about what I did every day. And it's also just good for my brain. So yeah, we've got January. I had friends staying over. We ordered food. Sometimes there are gaps where I plan to go back in and write in some stuff that I've been thinking about. At the moment, I'm really thinking about getting a physical media collection going. So I need to go back and like fill that in. Sometimes I include photos that I edit in Photoshop Express on my iPad to have like a film effect on it. I don't do this very often because it's kind of annoying to print off a picture on like these A4 sheets of sticker paper I have. So I'm starting to think about including them as like just extra pages that I just kind of flip in and out like ephemera. More pages, extra pages, like these extra flip outs from Hobonichi. Skipping ahead, all these images, by the way, are from Pinterest. I go on Pinterest and find images I like and then print them off on sticker paper, and then just trim them to size. Because it's impossible to find stickers that are not super cutesy all the time. Montezuma's. Then we go to February. That was a really absent day where I haven't gone back in and written things in. This was when I got my weeks. I got the Tomi weeks, and I just put the little card in here. This is what I mean by like including photos, by just like having these little flip overs or whatever, these little extras. My ticket from seeing Eye and Lung. I know that these tend to fade after a while. Sometimes like the ink doesn't last very well, but I don't really care that much. I like having the original thing in. This was from ordering Undermoss. Just kind of stuck it in here. And a card that came with my partner's Valentine's present. A screen cap from Iron Lung, because I went to go see it again. I loved Iron Lung. I actually plan to talk about it at some point. This was my Valentine's Day date page. This was the little envelope thing that the business card came in, that was put in earlier, and my partner saved it for me, which was really sweet. Just normal pages. Oh yeah, this was when I had a period of time when I was really tired and I used the same sticker twice back to back because I forgot I had used it the day before because I was so tired. I really like these little like washi tape kind of things. I'm trying to design my own set of stickers at the moment based on Gothic architecture, stuff like gargoyles and rose windows and that kind of masonry work. And being able to fill in these like top parts of the page where they're like checklists, which I never use, would be really great. So that's something I'm trying to do. Business card. This was for my birthday, so I have a tag from one of my presents and the Amazon messages that came with a couple of my gifts. I also bought a Switch 2 around this time, so I have my Mario Kart World thing. Just some more pages of me generally being pretty tired. This came from my birthday present from Sassy. She got me like a Brewster themed box of things, including like a tote bag and stuff. It's really cute, I love it. It also came with this pin that sits on my desk because I don't know where to put it and I'm afraid of losing it. I don't want it to like fall off my bag or coat or something. Some stuff taken from when I ordered a bunch of clothes from Killstar, and the next day I got a delivery of a tarot deck I had backed on Kickstarter a long time ago and totally forgot about. All the art is based on insects and all the symbolism is insect themed and it's beautiful. But one of the cards was printed wrong. The Ace of Swords, I think. The print in the actual deck, all wrapped in plastic, came out very pixelated, so they printed out that card again and then just put it on the outside of the box for you to replace your messed up card with. So I have the messed up one in here because this side is really cool. It's a really good deck. I really like it. The art is really good. The print quality is not great. The replacement card of this is kind of scratched up from being outside of a protective box or anything. It's just kind of loose, so it's a little bit scratched. But it's fine. Moving on. And that's the end of March, and then we get to April and things get a bit spotty because I had to backfill some of March. And then, as you'll see, April starts. I have a chocolate packet like wrapper in here because this was like a new release and it was delicious. And then there are gaps again where I've just got post-it notes to remind me of what I was doing, and my Filofax ruler to remind me where they start. Going back through my pages to find the next time I have actual, and then eventually I stop even doing the post-it notes. So I don't think I actually fill anything in until the start of May. or mid-May maybe, at some point in May. Yeah, there we go. So I got some pages in here that I did actually fill in, and then nothing again. This part of the year was really hard. I have a screen cap from playing Bramble, which I enjoyed. I didn't like the controls, but I did enjoy the story. But I just kind of stuck the screen cap in so I could remember that that was what I wanted to talk about. A sticker from another takeout place. A gap. Passing my driving test. Very tired. Very tired day. Moving ahead again to June. Things start to become more regular and normal again. There are still a few gaps, as you'll see. But they're less frequent. There's a gap here, and then the 29th, and then the 30th. Then I have some spare paper, and the pages that are always at the back of the cousin, the timetable, whatever this is doing. The favorites page, the My 100, which I also haven't used because I'm not sure what to put in there. I also like that my sleep issues form is in here, and then I have this page all about sleep. I'm trying to get better sleep. I assume that's what it's about. I don't know what this is about. Addresses, and then like my personal information, which I also have not filled in. Then we get to my media section. This I don't actually want to keep anymore. I was trying to set myself goals of things I wanted to read and watch and listen to every month, but I fell out of doing that. So instead I just have like a list of things I want to listen to and a log of what I've watched over the year. This is not complete. I have another side to print off for this, but I haven't filled out the entire page yet, so I haven't printed it off. I also have one for video games and one for reading, which I also haven't filled out yet, like fully completed it. And then we get to my extremely obsessive Animal Crossing section. I decided I really wanted to finish, like complete the museum in Animal Crossing this year. So I created these checklists. So I have a section on the fossils, which I have now completed. A list for all the gyroids, or however you pronounce that word, gyroids, I'm not sure. I have every single one except for Rumbloid, and I started started marking down which colors I had, and then I realized that if you go to Harvey's Island, you can get them to, you can get Cyrus to, I think that's his name, to change the color for you. So I stopped doing that bit. I just need Rumbloid. That's the only one I need. Then we had the section for fish. There are some fish that are available all year round, which I have in this section. And then for all the fish that are seasonal, they go in a section like this. So all the fish that are new to January, or like aren't in this section that show up in January, are in here, along with prices, so I know if it is a good idea to save them for CJ, where they are, and in the case here of like if it's raining, and what time they show up. And then it changes for March. There are repeats because I just copy over all of the fish. I don't bother going back and making sure I don't repeat the same fish over and over and over again. I just leave it and then cross it off as I go through each month. So for the beginning of the year all the way through to June, I have all of them for each month, except for June, which I need to catch a bunch of them which have been hiding from me, and it's very annoying. And then we've got August and September, October, November, December, and then that's the end of the list. Deep sea creatures is the same kind of thing but slightly different. The name, how much they cost, even though that doesn't really make a difference. It mostly makes a difference in terms of when I'm out doing the deep sea diving, which ones I can get rid of so that I can take on more expensive ones so that I get more money when I eventually go on land again. That's the only reason that that price point is on. And then because there's not as many for which months they show up, I just have an overview of the year, and then I've highlighted the months that they are available in blue. And then I have what times they're available and what size shadow they are. And then that crosses over to the other page as well. Bugs is the same thing as fish, basically, except there's also a weather parameter involved. I just drew out these indicators, and then for anything else, it just says any. And just flicking through everything. June, I have a couple of beetles that I need to find. But they also show up, I think. Did they show up? Goliath beetle, rainbow stag. Goliath beetle, rainbow stag. Yeah, they show up in July, so I don't need to panic. August and September, November, December. Then I have a 5x5 garden crossbreeding guide. This was mostly just to fill up the back of this page, to be honest. It's kind of working. There is some where I've had to substitute some of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Where I've had to like substitute with a different guide to get some of the rarer flowers. But for the most part it has worked. Lilies and hyacinths are done. I just need to get some blue and purple windflowers. Tulips, I just need one more purple to fill, or two more purple to fill out the grid, and then I can cross that off. Pansies, I'm just waiting to get some purple ones. I just need a few more black cosmos, and then I can cross that off. So I'm getting close to being able to complete that and not have to worry about that anymore. Then I have one for the paintings and statues, just the artwork. I have the names. I have a photo that shows what it looks like when it's genuine, as well as one that shows what it's like when it's forged, and then a description of what the difference is, so that when it's like really small, a really small detail like this, with the image shrunk down that size, it doesn't look like much is different, but I can tell based on this that he's not wearing a hat in this side because of writing down the details. I did make a mistake and forgot to change the name for that painting for some reason. And then I just take them off as I collect them. This is the section that's taking the longest. Statues is then there's another section just for the statues, so they're separated. And then a list of all the KK Slider songs. I don't really care too much about collecting all of them, but I did think it would be nice so that I could have a reference point. And then that's the end of the dividers. And I have a pocket full of stickers here, a bunch of pockets full of images I've printed off from Pinterest. These ones are full of stickers I bought and printed off Megan, and some images that are specific to my sleep section. And then more stickers here. Okay, so with that done, now we need to move on to the main part of this video, which is setting up the archive for the next few months. Because I have not filled in a bunch of the days. I'm going to transfer 3 months out and put in 3 months worth of new pages, and I think I might transfer out the sleep pages that I have. Actually, no, I'm going to leave those in so that it's all in one place. I'm going to transfer all my pages into this. This is the old Ringbinder I was using before I got my Moterm. And at the moment it's full of pockets. Oh, I do have ones that still have the lips, so I can replace some of the ones that I have at the moment. And then I have the pages. So I'm gonna leave these folders here. I'm gonna leave that one there, and I'm gonna put this one here. And then I will just pull out and then pull out here. I goofed. I didn't start the image of this. Oh god. Right, so now that that is done, I'm going to skip all the way back to the end of June. And then I will put it in July. So just do July. This is all set up. I leave those in. I think I might pull out these and organize them away. Just to make a little bit of room. Actually no, because then I would have to take away that page. So I'm just going to leave them. The sleep logs I'm going to leave in just because. Here I'm going to take out this page because I actually don't like it anymore. It annoys me. And then, yeah, okay, so that's all set. For these, I will leave them as is. Those pages are kind of bent up, which is annoying. I'm gonna put the plastic folders. I'm gonna leave out 2 for my stickers maybe, and then I'll put the rest in the back here, and hopefully that will protect that back section of pages. Cool. So that's that. I'm actually trying to think. I've been looking for a better way to. Sorry, Matt. No. I've been looking at for a better way to do this section of my archive when I'm moving my pages out of the Moterm and into another Ringbinder. So far the frosted is the best idea I have, but when this gets full, these rings aren't going to be able to handle it. So I'm on the lookout for uniform, bigger ring systems that aren't huge, leathery, like big folders like this. Just something that I can put all my pages in, that is like simple, and they all look the same, and I can just put them on a bookcase and have them all look the same. And have all my pages fit without too much problem. So if anyone's got any ideas, let me know. In the meantime, that is where my pages live at the moment, the new and the old. I also have a bunch of spares, because I had to do 2 cousins because I messed up the first time. So I did it twice. I also have these pages that came with the frosted book that I am not using. I haven't got any kind of purpose for them in mind yet, but that's interesting. That away. For these, this is just a cream paper that is pre-punched, and then I just print everything out. So before I'm done, I'm just gonna move the little stickers like this into one of the ones with a lip, because they have a tendency to spill everywhere in the ones that I trimmed off the lip, which is very predictable as soon as you stop and think about it for like 2 seconds. But I didn't think about it. I just decided to do it because I don't like the lip. I don't like the way it looks. It looks bulky and annoying. But at least this way, I won't have to worry about them falling out all the time. not really worried about this set because these are all bigger and they stay really nicely. I might end up moving the steep ones into here, actually. Or up here because these are starting to run out. But things for another time. Okay, so yeah, I use a Sharpie S-Gel pen. I like this because I like how thick and juicy it's a really juicy pen. It writes really nicely. I've been told that I seem to write weirdly with it because it comes out much thinner than it does for other people. I'm not entirely sure how I've done that, but apparently I do. Last time I went to a meetup, that's what I was told. So yeah, I'm going to try and fill out my backlog of May. And then hopefully soon I will be able to shift more of my pages into my my other folder and have a bit more space in here. I think I'm also going to try out printing photos and then adding them in after the fact. I might do that through the other file as well, the other folder, the other Ringbinder. I also have ordered a charm to go down here, go on the zip. So next time you will probably see stuff about that. If you'd like to know more about my notebook system that I use now, because this is my memory keeping space and also somewhat of a symptom tracker. Ooh, endometriosis decided to show her face there. Okay, so that's what this is, whereas I have my weeks and a commonplace book as well. So if you'd like to have a look at those as well, let me know. I would be happy to. But in the meantime, I'm going to go back to filming, to scripting the normal videos I have ready to go. In the meantime, I'm going to go back to scripting and researching. If you want the Animal Crossing pages, like all the checklists, let me know. I'll post them in my Patreon probably, if I still have them. Oh yeah, and I have a Patreon now. Most of my projects are like really long-term things, so I decided to make a Patreon to give kind of evidence of life in the meantime, and to kind of give you glimpses into how that's going. I'm planning to film some behind the scenes kind of vlogs of my research progress and like how I'm going about it, but I haven't done it yet because it's been too hot for me to do any work, to be honest. For the most part, I've just been kind of working in this and kind of updating it, and yeah, so that's that. I will see you again soon, hopefully. Hopefully I'll manage to finish working on that video pretty quickly, but otherwise I will see you next time.